Hello, VIPs. I gotta get this one scenario out that keeps replaying and replaying and replaying, which is how I know that this is somebody's story that I have to get out, somebody's reading. And actually, I think it's for multiple people. I have a few people in mind, but the only person I can really tell them it's theirs without saying who they are, there's only one person that we sort of have a code. So I am telling you, Miss Monday, I do think this applies to you. I wish I had come up with a code for some other people, because I feel like I've seen it play out with several different people, as Spirit plays it out sort of in my head. And I saw you, Miss Monday, one time. So at a minimum, I feel like this is for you, but also some other people. So, okay. So the scene keeps playing out where it's like two people who are sort of trying to start to get to know each other or date or, whatever. But specifically, they show me people who met online, okay? And as we, start trying to figure this out, do we like each other or do we not? Do we want to date, blah, blah, blah. Both people are not really completely open to like show vulnerabilities or to, which is understandable if you've been hurt before, like you want to protect yourself, whatever. But they're showing it that both people did this, and so on both sides, because we met online, it's like we're wondering, is the other person still online meeting people, or but nobody says anything. So like, I'll just use you as the example, Miss Monday. So say you met somebody online, hypothetically, okay, and neither person wants to be the person that's vulnerable. Neither person wants to, like, I don't want to, like, ask where we're going because what if they, reject me, or what if they're not in the same place I am? So both people are mirroring each other that way. So it's like the things you're thinking, the other person was thinking too. And then it's like, because we met online, both people are wondering if the other person is still meeting people online. Does that make sense? Both people. Very heavy on the, like, neither person wanted to be vulnerable first. Both people were trying to protect themselves. So it's like, while both people are like, I don't really know what's going on here. I don't know, like, if they're interested in me the way I'm interested in them. Neither one said it to the other. And now both people are sort of not angry at each other, but I don't know how to say this feeling. It's almost like, I'm glad I didn't open up to you. Look what happened, or you know what I mean? When it's like, no, that happened because neither person opened up. And I know specifically my Monday person will say that, I you know what you said. You said something via text. But that wasn't really opening up. That was like saying, this is my boundary and I don't want to do this. But neither person was like, or at least the way it's coming through, neither person was like, I feel like I could be with you, or even just like, I keep feeling like maybe you're still dating, or I feel like you're still online. There's something specific about both people thinking the other person's still online because they met online. I don't know what that's about, but that's very specific. It's okay. Let me think. Alright, so they're both feeling let down by the other person. Sorry, I had to look at this. Okay, kids. And there's something about, what is this? Something about someone being like, I've got this one rule, I've got this one thing I don't want to talk about, and if you talk about it, it's over. I don't know what that's about. That may not be for you, Miss Monday, but that just came through. And that it was unfair. Like somebody had a boundary Oh, maybe it is. Because now they're showing it like somebody had a boundary. Like, I don't want you to do this because I have bad memories of that from the past or something. I'm just gonna be honest. The way they're showing it is like one person is a bit controlling, because it's like, if you break my rule, then we're done. Because of something painful from the past. I don't know, but now they make it feel like both people feel like they've, I don't know, either been played or been lied to. Both people feel like the injured party, when it's, again, it's like both people did the same thing. And they both feel like the other one didn't tell the truth, or they keep emphasizing how both people are feeling exactly the same way, because both people did exactly the same thing. But they feel, yeah, they feel like both people are sad about it. And having a hard time moving on, because they both saw each other as like, this could be my person. And I don't know if I don't know, on both sides, they keep emphasizing on both sides. Both people either feel like they were lied to, or they think the other person hid something from them, but Spirit is saying they ran and hid from each other. Two people that ended up sort of blocking each other, not physically on the phone, well, maybe, but like, both people created blockages towards each other, and but they both think like it was the other person who did it. It just showed both people finger pointing at each other. And they're both like, are you talking to somebody else? Am I in a third-party situation? Are you still on a dating site? There's a big question mark on both sides. But hold on, because now they just shifted to the masculine side. On the masculine side, so maybe this is for a feminine energy, because they're emphasizing on the masculine side, there's a big question mark about whether the other person is still on a dating site, still dating people. You know, if the other person was quote unquote running game. And like, I don't have it, there's no video, so you can't see what I'm doing, but I was like shifting sides to like stand in the other person's energy, and it feels very like, yeah, almost angry. Not angry, but annoyed that like, this is where I chose to give my energy, and I feel like I got played, or I feel like I don't know, that person's holding back. I don't know, they're just showing like neither person was very straightforward in how they feel, that like, I want to try this, I want to see if we can't make a relationship here, I want to, you know, we only date each other. Like, neither person wanted to be the first one to say it, and so everybody's left with question marks, and both people think the other person wasn't as serious as they were, or there's just been like no confirmation between these two people. Heavy on the masculine side, feeling like the feminine energy maybe still online looking for something else. Like, I was a temporary thing till they found something better, is what they're thinking. I feel zero confirmation of that. I don't feel like that's what happened, but they just show it as very cloudy, murky. Everybody was so busy protecting their heart that nobody took the initiative to say, I'm feeling like this, or I'm wondering if you feel like this. Like, am I the only one? You know what I mean? Or neither person said, are you dating other people? Like, nobody was very straightforward, because everybody, which is understandable given like our past hurts, we don't want to be vulnerable and then get crushed. But like, if nobody does it, nobody does it. Heavy focus on how these two people met online, and it's affecting, or it affected what they thought about the other person. Like, are they still on there? Are they still dating people? Do you still have your online account? Yeah. There also might be one of the people in this scenario might have met this other person when they weren't really ready to, why is this like, I'm not ready to let you meet my family. I was holding back. Something about the family. But it feels like both people are like, I would have given them the world, but I was still holding back. Both people were still holding back, and that created a problem. Just, I don't know, they just keep emphasizing, like, I don't want to be the first one to be vulnerable because I don't want to get hurt. And if both people are doing that, both people are holding back, then you just sort of let it slip by. It's two people who did not get grounded enough to really reveal how they felt and to really clear up the worries they had or the concerns they had. And so there were just assumptions being made on both sides. Maybe they didn't really want me. Maybe they weren't that into me. Maybe they're showing that both sides. So if you're listening to this, all the thoughts you had about the other person, they were having about you. Both people thinking that the other person's looking for something else, or both people thinking, I'm not gonna open up fully until I know how you feel. But you're never gonna know that if nobody says anything. They just keep showing that. Nobody said it. Nobody said it. And they're showing, we actually gave both people opportunities to say it. Like, we created scenarios where it's like, it's right there, now's the time, and neither person did. Both people held back. I'm gonna say this, and this maybe I think applies to you too, Miss Monday, because they're showing it as like, you did work on this, and we tried to deliver it to you, and you didn't do it. Like, both people held back. They keep saying both people held back. And both people are kind of like, they're playing out like, I've never been in a more stressful situationship, because I don't think either one of us could say what we wanted to say. I'm trying to wrap this up. Is there another chance? Let's see. They're still going. There wasn't transparency. There wasn't communication, which again is understandable. Like, when it's new and you've been hurt, like, I don't want to set myself up to be hurt again. But it's like, both people were in that same exact energy, so like nothing came from it. But they're saying like both people felt the spark. Both people felt, tremendous attraction. But if we're both afraid to that they're saying that needs to change, because Like, we can present you with another opportunity, but if you waste it, like, what's the point? They're saying both people failed to ask each other the important questions, the point blank questions, like, I'm feeling insecure. Are you seeing other people? What are we doing? Neither person really opened up. Both people held back. There's something specific about someone not wanting to introduce the other person to their family or something, and that person feeling like, well, why? Are you embarrassed by me? Do you not care about me? You both made each other uncomfortable because neither person would put themselves out there and say the thing. They're saying, bring it to the forefront, say the thing, and it's like, now, once we have that answered, we can go back to getting to know each other or dating each other or whatever have you. There is going to be another chance. They're saying, we can present you with another opportunity, but you need this message, and you need to not just hear this message, but accept this message, because they're saying you're going to be a little defensive. But that's okay. That's why they're giving you enough time. I have to go and run and get somebody. I gotta pull out of here for now. I will come back and see what they say, but they are going to present another opportunity. Just prepare yourself for it. Okay, sorry, I had to get some stuff done. So anyway, yes, your message is, it is absolutely possible to have a second chance at this, or a third chance, or however many chances it's coming through, a second chance. But that these two people just needed to get that lesson of, we should have talked. We should have had a conversation. I should have said what I felt, or I should have said what I was worried about. There needed to be a pause there so that both people could go off thinking whatever they thought the other person was doing, and then realizing, like, I didn't say anything either. That had to happen. And so the lesson is, or the message is, be sure you're learning this lesson while you're on this pause, because when they present another opportunity, like, they don't want it wasted. Somebody has to say something. And I get it. It's hard to be vulnerable when you've been vulnerable before and, it kicked you in the ass. I get that, but that's what this lesson was. It's like, if you are going to try to have a relationship, you have to be vulnerable again. Otherwise, like, if you're just absolutely, I can't be vulnerable, then you should not try to have a relationship. Coming back to something about somebody's family, but I'm literally hearing, I don't think you're investing. I don't think you're investing. I think you're still looking for somebody else. And somebody thinks somebody else didn't want them because they didn't meet their family or something. And they thought it meant that, you're not into me, or you thought I was short term or something. And I'm getting that that's not what happened on either side. Neither party thought of the other person as temporary, but both people thought that's what the other person was thinking. This has been divinely guided. Because this is how this was playing out, both people's guides have made you go in these temporary different directions so that both people would learn this lesson. We have to have the conversations. We have to, if I If I want to know where you stand, I have to ask you where you stand. If I'm afraid you're seeing other people, I have to ask you, or I have to tell you I have that fear. There has to be vulnerable, can't even say the word, vulnerability? Yeah. Otherwise, then you're not ready to move on to another relationship, is what they're saying. Like, I get it. You know what it's like to have been vulnerable in the past and it didn't work out and now you don't want to do it again, but they're just showing you, like, if you're going to continue that way, you're going to miss out on opportunities. Somebody has to be the one to say something. But they keep saying it's entirely possible they're going to bring around another opportunity, but you need to get this message first. They just keep showing, like, both people, neither one asked the questions or said the things, and so they both started sort of imagining the worst case scenario when nothing that either party was thinking was true. But because nobody wanted to be vulnerable, like, you didn't get the chance to build this connection. But they're saying now would be the time because both people kind of feel wounded by this because they both really wanted this. But that's also why they both should have handled it differently. Because it just feels like both people really, really want to try with this other person, but both people were, like, very much like, I'm not going to be the first one to say anything because what if they don't feel the same way? Or, I'm not going to ask if you're dating other people because what if the answer is yes? Or, what if you're like, well, I thought we were just hooking up? Or, everybody was imagining the worst case scenario. So it's like, okay, now you need to sit down across from each other and ask the vulnerable questions. Like, I've been worried. Are you online looking for somebody else? Or do you not want to introduce me to your family because whatever? Like, you have to have that conversation. There's a second chance to work this out and to sit down and actually have those conversations. I just keep showing how both people were literally mirroring each other. And somebody has to rip off the Band-Aid. So that you can know the answer to whatever the questions were that you had. And they're saying what you imagined wasn't the case, but even if it was, ask the question and then if you were worried they were talking to somebody else and it turns out they were, well, now you know and you can move on from this. But I don't get at all that was what was happening. It's just what somebody was creating in their head. Okay, well, I'm going to leave this here because that's what they're saying. They're going to present you with another opportunity, but somebody has to say the stuff. Somebody has to. They just keep showing it like we kept giving chance after chance and nobody did it. Nobody said it. Nobody said the thing or asked the questions or, said, this is how I feel. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? That kind of thing. You're going to get another opportunity. Just be prepared. If you have questions, ask the freaking questions. If you have feelings, state that these are my feelings. Because I do feel like if nobody says anything this time, it's not coming back around. Or at least not for a very long time. Okay, sending positive energy away.